Hi guys, and welcome, or should I say welcome back to another video. Today's video I am doing a challenge for 2023. It is a reading challenge where I'm getting a group of friends, family together, and also my community on YouTube, on Instagram to read more. The goal of this challenge is for us to read more as a people. And so I would have chosen 12 of my favorite books that I would have read and compile it into a list for one book a month for the next 12 months. So we're going to read 12 books for 2023. And so the books come from a wide genre of books. We're looking at romance books, self-help books, contemporary books, fantasy books, YA books, or young adult books. The only type of books that sadly I do not have, because I do not read those type of books, is mystery. So if you are a mystery lover and you want to take part of that in this challenge, unfortunately I do not have any mystery books in this. However, I would say any other type of genre, I think it's included in it. So yes. So anywho's, just before we move forward, let me give you the tips and tricks. It's just one tip really. So if you wanna challenge yourself more to read, and most people, when they say, oh, I cannot read because it's boring, or I do want to read but I don't know what to read, or when I do read I tend to fall asleep. That happens to me as well. When I start to read, I get a little drowsy. However, the challenge to be able to finish this one book a month is to read 15 minutes a day. So if you're able to set aside 15 minutes a day, whether or not it be on your lunch, whether or not it be first thing in the morning, whether or not it be before you go to bed, but just set aside 15 minutes for the day to read that book, and you will be able to do that. And so I've chosen the first 3 books, and I'm going to give y'all the first 3 books for the first quarter of the year. And so we're looking at January, February, March. So I'm just giving y'all the list of the book so that you'll be able to purchase it in whichever method you want to purchase it. So if you want to have the physical book, or if you want to have the book through Kindle, you can get it as well. That works. Of course, if you want to reach out to me to find out how I can order the books and get it here for you, I can also do that. If you like, you can reach me on my Instagram information here, or my Facebook information. You can reach out to me anyhow. Books is a way of escaping besides social media and so forth, and so I think it's a great way to escape. And so let me give you the suggestion of the first 3 books. First one, I think it's one of my all-time favorite books of all time, and we're starting off with Money Book, and a self-help book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This one is one of my all-time favorite books of, I think, if not all, my favorite, but one of my all-time favorites. And it says, what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class don't. I had to read that very slow because I tend to, like, it sounds like a tongue twister, and so I had to read it very slow. So what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class don't. It's a book about mentorship, how you can, what the rich teaches their kids on money that you and I don't know, that our parents didn't teach us. Once you read this book, it's a life changer. So yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad, January 2023. Get your copy of this. Is a very affordable book. It ranges anything less than 10 US. I know that for a fact. Anything less than 10 US. I know you could get it for like about 7 US if it's on sale, but anything less than 10 US, you can definitely get it. See if y'all can get that for Black Friday. You might get it really cheap on Black Friday. Then we're moving into February. February, I was thinking, you know, Valentine's, do a romance book. I was like, yeah, we want to do something a little bit more fun, and so a little light book, nothing to make you think too much, for you to enjoy. And so I would have chosen this book, Clap When You Land. And this one is written by Elizabeth Esvido. I've had a couple of books from her already, and so that's why I chose her as one of the best books that I've read so far. And just to summarize this book, just to pick your interest for this February read. So this book is about two young girls, one in Puerto Rico, the other one is in New York. They have the same father. Their father died. They didn't know about each other until their father died. And so the story goes through how they build that bond and relationship and find out about each other after the death of their father. And so that is where this book really navigates and goes through. Very light. It looks like a big book again, but it does not have a lot of words in it. A very easy read. Clap when you land. This is the hard copy, the hardcover, but I think it comes in a paperback, I think, on Amazon. Check it out. I'm gonna link all the books in the description below, so that you can go ahead to just click it and go straight to the book if you want to go ahead and order it. But yes, this one. And then we're going to end the quarter with a romantic book. I know a lot of people don't like romance because they're very fantasy like and so forth, and I don't like that anymore in a book. But when you read kind of like romance book written by Black authors and so forth, it gives more of a realistic kind of feel or so, in a way, if you're, you know. And so I have The Wedding Date by Jasmine Galari. This one, again, as I said, is a very light, easy read. Very easy read. You're going to run through this book. And this book basically is where a girl, Alexa, she meets a guy in a elevator. He invites her to a wedding of his ex because he didn't want to go to the wedding alone, and so it just builds up with their relationship and them sort of stuff. So a very light book again. That's this March book. So yeah, so we have these 3 books for the month of January, February, March to read. As I stated, if you like, you can reach out to me if you want to know how I can order it and get the books to you. I'm going to link them all below. You can get them via Kindle if you find that an easier method, or if you want to go ahead and purchase the physical copy, whichever you are comfortable with. So go ahead, take part. It's called Rice's #RicesRead Challenge. You can go ahead and follow me on my social, which I have a Bookstagram page called Rice's Reads on Instagram. You can get me on my Instagram page, Everything Risa, and you can get me here on YouTube as well as Facebook. So peace and love, guys.